Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video we are going to be talking through the brand new e.l.f. Mint collection, and I'm also going to talk you through the new Ordinary concealer. I've been testing both of these for a while now and wanted to go ahead and make this video. I also have been testing the new Physicians Formula stuff, but the foundation shade that I have in that is way too light. So I ordered another shade and I'm gonna test that, and then that will be up within the week. And for those of you that are not new here, you probably noticed I got a haircut pretty significantly, and this was not planned. I went to go get my hair trimmed yesterday and I sat down with my hairstylist and I was like, you know what, I think I want to just chop it off and have a new fresh look for 2021, and that's what I did. I have not yet styled it myself. Like I said, I got it done yesterday, so I'm gonna kind of play around with the way that I want to wear it, but I'm really enjoying it so far. And luckily my husband, when I got home, thought it was awesome instead of being like, whoa, what happened to your hair? All right, the first product is a new primer by e.l.f. This actually reminded me a lot of their jelly primer. I think it's called like the Jelly Pop primer in consistency. This is called their e.l.f. Mint Melt Cooling Primer. This comes with a pump applicator. It retails for $8 and it contains hyaluronic acid and antioxidants. So it's supposed to be really hydrating for the skin. It has a really cool cooling sensation as you put it on. It feels like the icy hot almost when you put it on, very cooling, and it's not what you think of when you think of a moisturizing primer. Typically when I think of that, I think of a creamy primer, something that almost feels like a moisturizer. This feels like it says a gel, and then as you rub it in, it gets very sticky, and that's kind of what they claim grips the makeup. This does have a scent. It has a vanilla scent. It's noticeable as you're putting it on, but as soon as you're done putting it on, you can't smell it at all anymore, and it really hasn't bothered me or irritated my skin. I've noticed a slight improvement in my makeup wear time when I wear this, nothing significant, but I have noticed a smoother base because my skin has been really dry lately. It's just been so cold here. I know that's relative, I'm in Georgia, but for us, it's been really cold. So I've been enjoying this as a primer to kind of prep my skin in a hydrating way that doesn't feel like I'm layering on another moisturizer, because I'm already using a moisturizer and an SPF. I don't want to layer on something that feels like another moisturizer. So this does the job while still being a really lightweight primer. All right, next up is the new concealer by The Ordinary. This is what the packaging looks like, very no frills packaging. I love that about The Ordinary. Their ingredients and their packaging are just no frill. This is called The Ordinary Concealer High Coverage Formula. Let me just tell you guys about the claims before I get into my thoughts. So this retails for $5.80 and there are 36 shades available. This claims to be a high spreadability suspension system that offers a very high coverage with a real skin finish. And the shades are divided into 4 different categories. 1 for lighter tones, 2 for medium, 3 for dark deep, and 4 for deeper. And then within those 4 categories, there's a second digit from 0 to 4 to indicate the depth within each category. And then within those categories, you also have a letter to indicate the undertone. There's P for pink and R for red, which indicate cool undertones, and then N for neutral and Y for yellow. The directions for this product say to apply it to imperfections, blemishes, or the under eye area with a brush or your fingertips. So when I first got this, I thought maybe because of the packaging that it was going to be very similar to the IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Under Eye, but it is very much not similar to that. The IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Under Eye is super high coverage and very, very moisturizing. It's like a thick, goopy, creamy texture that hydrates the under eyes while still giving amazing coverage. This leans definitely more on the matte side of the spectrum. It says a skin-like finish, but I would call this more of a semi-matte finish. It also claims full coverage, and I would classify this as more medium buildable coverage. The shade that I got is 1.2 YG, which 1 is the light category, 0.2 is halfway through that light category, and then Y indicates the yellow undertone, G indicates golden highlights. And I'm just gonna go ahead and tell you I should have gotten a darker shade. So I just figured I would be halfway between the 1 through 4 spectrum and on the light side and warm undertones. I probably could have gone either 1.4 with yellow undertones or even one of the lighter shades in the medium section. A little bit of this does go quite a long way. You'll see as I'm applying this that I use my fingers. I found that to give me the best finish. I've tried applying this with a brush, with a sponge, and with my fingers. My favorite method to apply it is my fingers. I think you do need the warmth of your fingers in order to get the best finish out of this concealer because of that semi-matte finish. Now I think during the summer, I may say I love this concealer. I can't stop using this concealer. I think it's an incredible deal. Beautiful coverage, beautiful shade selection. However, right now my skin is pretty dry, and I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see as I'm applying this and showing you a close-up that it's definitely highlighting the dryness under my eyes. You can still see it right here. I've got a lot of dryness right here, and this concealer is doing me absolutely no favors in that department. So if you have really dry, almost flaky under eyes, which I do right now, you're not gonna like this. If you have oily or normal under eye area and you can get away with more matte concealers, you may love this. I probably won't be reaching for it a whole lot in the near future given the state of my under eyes, the fact that it's still winter, and the fact that I got the wrong shade, but I want to order this in another shade, a little bit of a deeper shade, and try this out again as the weather starts warming up and my skin starts being its oily self, and I think I'm really gonna like it. So let me know down below if any of you guys have tried this and what your experience has been. If you don't have dry under eyes, I'd be really curious to know. All right, next up is the e.l.f. No Budge Shadow Stick. These retail for $5 and I got the shade Melt With Me. This is like a brown shade. I think this symbolizes like the chocolate and the whole mint theme they've got going on here. When I got this, I was anticipating that it was a matte eyeshadow. I didn't read closely enough, I guess. That's my fault. So I do wish that this was more of a matte brown, but the formula is stunning. Just as stunning as the other No Budge eyeshadow stick that I tried from them. You guys, if you have not picked up one of these, whether it's from the mint collection or just their regular collection, you are sleeping on it. This is an incredible formula, so affordable. Dupes for like Laura Mercier, caviar sticks, and feel extremely high-end. I can't speak highly enough of the formula here. Because I don't love the glitter and the shimmer running through it, the way that I've been using it is I've been pairing it with this Mint Melt eyeshadow quad, which I featured in my favorites video. If you haven't seen that video, I'll link it down below. But I love this quad and it goes perfectly with this shade. So the way that I've been using it is I just apply this all over my lid, blend it out, and then I'll layer this dark brown, this matte dark brown over it, and that kind of tames the shimmer as well as adds some more depth to the color. So this is beautiful on its own, but it's also great as a base for an eyeshadow look. It almost acts as an eyeshadow primer because it really doesn't budge, and whatever shadow you put on top of it is also not going to budge. Since I just brought it up, I will talk through this one as well. There's two different eyeshadow quads as a part of the Mint collection. This one, in my opinion, is way better because it's a lot more wearable. The other one looks very minty all the way through, which could be fun, but for a more versatile eyeshadow palette, I went with this one. This is, like I said, $4, same formula as their bite-sized eyeshadow palettes, which you guys know I'm obsessed with, so I knew I was gonna love it, but I just didn't know how much I would love it. Because if you take this shade away, it's a super neutral everyday palette, and then this just adds a little bit of spice. The mattes are beautiful, blendable, tiny bit of fallout with this deeper shade, but nothing crazy, and I've been using this every day as my inner corner highlight. Absolutely stunning. It's what I have on right now. This, I think, is my favorite bite-sized palette color story, so definitely pick this up if you're looking for something for every day as well as something that you could spice up your look with just a little bit. And as I'm sure you can see in my application process, I was using the 3 brushes that they brought out as a part of the Mint collection. These retail for $8. They're all 3 for $8, so it's a really good deal. They include an eye contour brush, a blending brush, and an all-over brush. I will say that I love the blending brush. This blends out their No Budge eyeshadow sticks perfectly, and I like this shade for packing. This is what I use to pack that dark brown shade, but I believe this is what they call their contour brush. I haven't really been reaching for this because it's the shape of almost a pencil brush, but it's significantly bigger, so I feel like it's too big to blend out on the lower lash line without kind of creating a really big blown out eyeshadow look. So I just haven't been loving this part of the trio, but these two are great, and if you get 2 brushes for $8, that's still a really good deal. So overall, I've been enjoying those brushes, especially paired with the products that they launched alongside with them. All right, next up is this lip gloss. I got the shade Mint Sprinkle. My bad. I don't like this shade. I don't have it on right now because I don't like it and I didn't want to wear it for the whole video. But for a demo, for the purposes of this video, I'll show you what it looks like. So there is glitter in this, which I love a shimmery gloss. I love a juicy gloss, but I don't love glitter in my glosses. I want it to just look like it's glowing and it's shimmery, but I don't want you to be able to actually see specks of glitter. And that's definitely the case with this one. I don't believe that's the case with all the different shades. They have some that are just regular lip glosses. But this has the same kind of cooling sensation as the primer, and it claims to be a lip plumping gloss. I think your lips always look fuller with a little bit of shine, but I don't actually see a plumping effect with this gloss. It does have that vanilla scent, again, same as the primer, and it's hydrating. So it's not just a lip gloss for looks, it's also really hydrating to the lips. I think it's a fine formula, but there's a little bit of stick to it. Again, I'm not crazy about the glitter. So I would say probably out of the whole collection, this is something you could pass on. All right, and last but not least, this is the Mint Melt Cleansing Cloud. That's a mouthful. This retails for $4 and I was really excited to try this because it's basically a microfiber cloth that rubs your makeup off. So all you have to do with this is get it wet all the way through and then gently rub it all over your face, and it's supposed to take your makeup off, and then you can go in with your cleanser. So this would replace, like in my skincare routine, the oil-based cleanser, your kind of pre-cleanse step, the removing of your makeup step. I did find that this removed the majority of my makeup. You don't need to push hard at all, and it really does take off that first layer of makeup. That said, I sort of felt like I needed to wash it every other day because I would use one side one day, the other side the next day, and then not want to reuse the side that I just used again unless I washed it, like machine washed it. I'm sure you can just wash it with some soap and water, but that's kind of high maintenance for me. It's really not, but for me, I'm always looking for shortcuts and I don't want to have to wash the thing that I'm using to cleanse my skin. So while I do really like it, I think it does the job on a day-to-day for me, it didn't make a whole lot of sense until we were getting our house painted. And so we went and stayed with my parents who live right down the road for like 3 nights. And I hate packing my oil-based cleansers, my pre-cleansers, because one time I had an oil cleanser get loose in luggage, and you know how it is if you get oil on things, it's so hard to get it off. So I'm just kind of scarred from that, and I won't travel with oil-based cleansers, so I traveled with this instead and loved it. Whenever I travel, I break out because I don't bring my pre-cleanse and I'm just using my cleanser, and I know I'm not getting all of my makeup off. And with this, I knew I was getting all of my makeup off. So for that situation, for travel, for when I'm not kind of at home in my bathroom, I will definitely be using this. But for an everyday, like I said, I just don't find it practical for me. So that is everything. That's the new e.l.f. Mint collection, as well as the new Ordinary concealer. Like I said, later this week, be on the lookout for the Physicians Formula new Butter Believe It foundation and all of those products as well. I've been testing those pretty extensively, so I'm excited to share my thoughts with you. If you enjoyed this video and you like seeing all the new releases here on my channel, give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe down below, and I will see you guys in my next one.